Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? And I'm sorry, I moved the camera a little bit. We yesterday I wasn't able to do the live that I like to do every day, and many excuses. I came very late. I was driving from Miami. We were visiting family, and I couldn't do it. So today we are going to continue talking about paradigms, and we're gonna be doing this till tomorrow. Till next week, we're gonna be talking about different topic. But why I want to continue with paradigms, and I want to say it this way: paradigms is a group of habits that follow a pattern, right? People tend to be in a certain way. So paradigms is very well studied, especially when you are in the forces, right? The police knows very well that when someone have a habit of being a delinquent, they will not change because it takes time to change. And there's a instant gratification to continue being a certain way. Unless you know how to change your paradigm, you will not change it. So if someone has a certain pattern to think and believe that what they do is nothing wrong with it, they will keep doing it. They might want to change the behavior, they might push to change the behavior, but it doesn't mean that they eventually will change that behavior. They will always go back to the paradigm. So when normally the advice when you go to jail and you come out of jail, the police said, or the people in jail said, grab your stuff and move a different area. Try to get involved with different people, right? Try to not to fall into the same environment, because that environment, if it creates you to become a delinquent, then it's going to push you back to that, because it's going to push you. So I had a friend of mine. He has a daughter, right? And the daughter is always asking for money, always asking for money. I was talking today. We were talking about that. He said, "Well, I don't know. My daughter seems to be that since we grew up, she was never working, and she was working a couple things, but she always struggled, asking for the money." And said that even now that she's married and their children and all that, she's still dependent on him of giving her money. And he gave it because he loved his daughter, right? As I said, well, she's the problem is that she's having a paradigm about money. Is a belief, right? The paradigm is a belief that she is lacking of money, right? She's lacking of money. So she wants to get out of the situation. So she asked me today, she said, "Hey, would it be possible you could talk to her to find out why she's not able to hold a job, or what she is always with money problem?" And I said, "Sure, I'll talk to her and all that." But this has come to be that he was telling me that it's been forever. I mean, since she was able to have a job, she was always short. Dad, I want this, but I don't have enough money. Dad, I want that. I don't have enough money. And it seems to me that she wasn't able to save because she was constantly relying on him. I do remember some time ago, I was talking, I do work with a couple coaches too. And so a coach came to me and said, "Hey, you know what? I took this coaching. I pay about $8,000. It didn't work. I went to another coach. I paid another $8,000. It didn't work. And came another one. She just spent this. It was a lady, and she was spending a lot of money, but it wasn't working. And so she asked me, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong that is not seems to be working. I'm getting, I know what I should do, but I'm not doing it right. And so I said, well, that's your paradigm. You have a problem here. I said, what's the problem? And so I said, well, your husband made too much money. And so you, instead of going after, being hungry to go after and look for the prosperity and like to help people, whenever you face a stone on the road, you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go and ask my husband for the money. And so every time you do, if you really want to do this, stop asking money to your husband. And so you have to push yourself, be pressure to do what you need to do. So today I was sharing With another person, the same thing. Well, I'm a former professor for two universities out of Chile that we were doing entrepreneurship. And what I was doing in these kids, I was telling them they have to have a business. They got it's a semester, so it's about 4 months. They start the business with the colleagues, and they have to sell about four to $6,000 in this period, but they cannot sell to friends and family. You see, most of businesses like in your life insurance or anything like that said go to friends and family. Why they want to do that? Because they want you to kind of feel comfortable with family. The family, they know who you are. They sometimes they don't want to help. So sometimes it could be a good thing or a bad thing. So I told them you can't sell to friends and family. You gotta sell to people that you don't know. And if you don't get to, I mean, this is a 4 month. If you don't get to sell the money, right? The class is about making money. So if you don't get to sell the what you're supposed to sell, guess what? You don't pass the class. You gotta do it all over again. These people have a scholarship, so they can't lose it. And so we have different cases. And one of them, I remember there was this group, they wanted to be a consultant. I know what is being a consultant. I've been a consultant all my life. It's a hard thing if you don't have to solve and call it. But I didn't say anything because I really want them to discover this. And so they came out and said, hey, it's been a month. We haven't been able to sell anything. They postponed our meetings. We don't know what to do. And said, okay, well, if you don't know what to do, what's your answer? I said, I don't know. We can't do it. Okay, well, you can't do it. You have to wait till next semester to do it again. I said, I can't. I have a scholarship. I'm going to lose my scholarship. And so I could have been like, okay, I understand. Don't worry. No, I didn't because I knew I wanted to teach them something that they needed to be done. So I guess so you lose your scholarship and you just lose it. And they got upset with me, really, really upset. They said I was unfair and all of that. But in 1 month, they sold all the money they needed to have. Well, they passed the class. No one failed. They passed the class. And from being a consultant and all that, they ended up shifting to become and sell baby clothes through Facebook. This happened, I would say this happened probably about 10 to 12 years ago. And they shift to sell baby clothes on Facebook and they did the money. Now, once they meet the quote of the money they need to make, this is a beauty. They keep the money for themselves, right? So what it tells us that if you are not doing or not performing the way you should, it's because you are not hungry or you don't have the pressure, the motivation behind to actually do it. If that's the case, I can help. If that's the case, I can help. Now, if you don't know how to do it, well, you just have to find that thing that motivates you, right? Now, if you have someone can help you or someone around you that is always helping you, you're not gonna never gonna push yourself to the point to actually learn from you. See, this is what we said. When you have a goal and you fall in love with the goal, whatever you need to do to accomplish your goal, it it is there. You're gonna do it. You do whatever it takes, right? But because you have a commitment. Now, if you have an interest, you're just gonna do it when it's convenient, right? And when in entrepreneurship, it doesn't exist convenience. You cannot be an entrepreneur if you want to be convenient. You can only be a successful entrepreneur if you're committed to do it. And not only entrepreneur, but if you're going to be a self-employed, anything that you do has to be related to putting your full commitment into it, right? Full commitment to it. So paradigm shows you again. So if the person is relying, the paradigm or the belief is a person, if I'm relying on the people, I don't have to push myself. If I don't have to push myself, then I'm not gonna get the result that I want. See, I'm not gonna get the result that I want. All right, guys. So, all right, okay, I'm gonna switch here a little bit, but so what I want to say is this, and if you need help, and if you learn anything, just rewatch these videos and learn something new. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Have a great night. Bye bye.